they want. So I reckon it'd be really cool if he comes back for one. I was just always impressed how each movie he got even more shredded each time.
Yeah.
Like the amount of, I love watching those the interviews where they're asking like, what are you doing? He's like eating like 5,000, 6,000 calories and just working out constantly. And I mean, even the amount of dehydration they'll do before those massive fight scenes where he's got like a shirt off or something like that. A funny thing is I was watching an interview and I believe it was for not the first The Wolverine, but the second one afterwards, where I believe it's set in Japan later on.
Oh, The Wolverine. Yeah, that's just called The Wolverine.
I think it's, not the origin one, the Wolverine. And he said, he said, oh, I thought it, in 3 weeks it would be pretty easy, just like to put the mask back on and go back to shooting. And the director looked at him and went, all right, guys, we're going to put all the topless scenes 4 months later in the future, because he said you need to get back in shape properly for these scenes. So he got him to go work out, diet hard as fuck for 4 months, and then do those fight scenes. It was so funny that the director just looks him up and just goes,
he knew.
Nah, you look good, mate, but you don't look the Wolverine. You need to be 4 months. So you just pushed all the shirtless scenes to the very end of production. It was just so funny. But I love watching those movies, like those movies where the actors are super committed to the role.
Yeah. Well, let's actually just talk about that's a good thing, because it can go one way or the other.
Yeah.
Because you got those actors who basically, they kill themselves, they get jacked, they get buff and all that.
Fat as fuck.
And they go the other way, go fat as fuck. Because, what's his name? Gerald Butler. He's probably one of the best cases. When he made that movie 300, before that, he looked awful. Yeah. He looked awful. And then he got into the best shape of his life before that movie 300. I remember reading it when I was in work one day, and I actually spoke to an interview with a trainer, and what he would do was, first thing, they would have to work out twice a day, right? First thing they would do is that he would, because he wanted them to look like Spartans, and Spartans didn't have any equipment, he would send them 1,000 rep workouts. That was the first thing they had to do in the morning, because they wanted them to be fasted. Then they had to go and spend all day sword and shield training, because of course they wanted them to be able to actually,
perform the movements.
And a lot of the guys in the movie itself were trained up in that fighting style, so that took a rigorous amount of hours. Then on top of that, they had to go train again afterwards, and they probably spent a total of like 6 hours a day training. And then there were just all these stuntmen involved in the movie as well, and they said we loved it. We were in the best shape of our life, but we felt the most tired we've ever felt, And what's another good example where it's gone the other way? Like
Christian Bale or Matthew McConaughey when they
did you watch Vice?
I never. Oh, Christian Bale when he got fat as fuck.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about Christian Bale when he got very, very. I mean, for Batman.
Yeah.
Huge. But then I can't remember what movie it was. I think we talked about it before, but he got so skinny and
The
like Machinist. He looked anorexic, bulimic, whatever you want to say. How crazy he looked. He had very little muscle mass and he looked deformed.
Yeah, he lost too much weight. The director said you're too skinny for this movie now, and he filmed it anyway. But it's not even that. But Christian Bale also gets like fat as fuck. I remember
Vice, he got fat as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, he got thick. I mean, I used to idolize him in Batman. I was like, I see him as like this nice badass millionaire kicking ass.
It was American Psycho as well.
Yeah,
he was quite lean in American Psycho. I've never seen that movie, but
it's a great movie. Yeah. But then there was a movie I watched that I had to turn off because I just could not handle it, and it was called American Hustle. Have I told you about this movie?
I've seen the trailer for it, but I've never seen it. There's a few good actors in it, isn't there?
Stellar cast. Bradley Cooper. It had Bradley Cooper. It had
very low flying planes. Jesus Christ. So everyone, there's very, very low flying planes over the studio. Fuck.
The Russians are coming. No, it's all good.
Well, that's what's funny. Well, near where we're filming, there's a beach near us, and sometimes the military will do jumps out of the planes onto the beach.
Really?
Yeah, they'll do that, and you can see them like they just do it different times of the day. It's fucking weird, to be honest, because here you are, you're just enjoying yourself, having a nice podcast, and then you just see a plane go by, and you see them jump out and land on the plane.
You just see a guy go down the street.
Hey, our first live guest on the podcast. Let's go.
That'd be funny. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Christian Bale. He made this movie American Hustle, and I remember he plays as like this con man or something, and he's got like a bald spot and fake hair. And I remember that the moment I turned it off was this one scene where he's sitting in a chair and he's wearing sandals and he's wearing white shorts, and he's wearing a white button-up shirt, and that white button-up shirt is just open, and he has literally like the biggest gut I've ever seen, and he's just sitting there.
Was it hairy?
Or
Was it
slumped.
hairy?
Huh?
Was it hairy?
It was hairy too.
Oh my God.
And it was just, I was looking at him like, mate, this is Batman. That's Batman in retirement. And then the other thing is, who was the other one? And then he did it again for Vice, the movie Vice.
When Batman eats Batman.
Yeah, he ate Batman. That's another good example of someone did similar. Oh, Matthew McConaughey. He made a movie called Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, wasn't that where he played a guy that got HIV or something like that? Yeah.
Correct, yeah, I think so. And then
Oh, that was with Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Who is playing Morbius.
Yeah, there you go. And then he got jacked for Magic Mike. People forget. I sometimes forget that he was in that movie. And then he...
Of course you would know. I've never seen those movies.
Fair enough. And then...
Wait, have you?
Huh?
Have you?
Yeah, of course.
You've seen Magic Mike?
Many times.
How?
The first one's not that great. The second one's actually pretty good.
Oh my God, you saw a sequel.
Yeah.
You watched Magic Mike.
There's Magic Mike XXL.
How many are there?
There's 2. The second one's actually pretty good.
I thought there was like 5 or something.